it, fellas. Look here. Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Draw Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, Mulvey Spango, along with my cool friends, Ben.
Hey.
And see Chad forever.
Yo.
I would love to just see Chad once.
It's been a while.
It has. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, folks. This week we're tackling the 1992 classic.
19, who gives a fuck? Classic.
Okay, fine. I'll be real. 1990, who
classic?
gives a fuck? Not fucking classic movie. Mom and Dad saved the world. This is like we're all regretting it already.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Why did we pick this damn movie?
Was not. I'm sorry. This is my Airborne. I apologize in advance for this movie.
Dude, Airborne is way better than this, man. Because at least Airborne was a Juicy Fruit commercial.
That's true. I thought this was. I don't know what my 13-year-old brain thought when it saw this movie.
It thought awesome.
But I was like, oh, I remember this being stupid, like Nothing But Trouble, or like a Space Pirates, and it was not.
Your 13-year-old brain was thinking, ooh, Kathy Ireland.
Dude, yeah, my
totally.
40-something-year-old brain was thinking the same thing.
Hey!
Oh!
Hey! There you have it, folks.
Kathy Ireland's pretty funny, man. I completely forgot Kathy Ireland was in this movie. I completely forgot Kathy Ireland existed. Nothing against Kathy Ireland, but it was wow, Kathy Ireland. Oh yeah, she's a person. That was funny.
Yeah, I forgot she existed too, and when I saw her, I was like, "Oh dear Lord!"
Yeah,
I forgot what an
11 she is.
Quite a looker, man.
Not much of an actor, but
no, she's not much of an actor.
I read up a little bit about her, man, and she went on to become like a multi-millionaire, launching a product line, and did like a really amazing work. So it's like, fair play to her, man. Good stuff.
Good for her, man. Yeah. That's great.
It was cool.
I didn't realize that.
I
mean, she was totally the it girl for this period of time.
For 10 years or something.
I remember.
So that's all I have to say about this movie. I think I give it a 0.6, and I think I actually literally propose that we just like shoot the shit this episode because there's fucking nothing to say about this movie.
I even attempted to take notes, then I fell asleep, and then I woke up and was like, what happened? Did I watch the whole movie? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think the movie gets like a 1, and then Kathy Ireland gets a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Taking 1 point off for her lack of acting, and Jeffrey Jones and Terry Garr, boom, and Lovitz,
Wallace Shawn, Danny Cooksey.
Oh, dude, what Eric Idle, like, what? Yeah,
I think we watched this movie because of Cooksey, and yet again, Cooksey is in the movie for like 3 fucking minutes.
for less than 3 minutes.
Than that.
He was like,
it's
maybe 40 seconds of screen time. Maybe.
It was Cooksey that brought us to this movie, though, right?
Okay.
Like,
it was.
Totally was. What the fuck, Cooksey?
Well, goddamn it, Cooksey.
Yeah, well, it was. I think it was really a combination of Cooksey and Chad's shoddy memory of the movie.
It was me too. It's been on my list for a while as like a Ice Piracy. Right. We could take the piss out. I just don't see how we can weave a piss-taking session out of this. Like, Ice Pirates was so much funnier.
Oh my God, totally. So was Airborne, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, Airborne. Yeah,
I couldn't rate it. Say that.
Only
I was waiting for one of you to do that.
I couldn't drop it below the Ninja Turtles 2014 movie, so that is the bottom of the algorithm. But it's making out with it down at the bottom there.
Yeah, there you go, man. I mean, look. It's amazing how many great performers are in this movie, and yet it's just so forgettable.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's
been so recent to doing T2, but I would have to imagine you guys picked up on the twin bodyguards for the Emperor being the cop at the coffee vending machine in T2.
Poker coffee.
You remember that? Yeah, that dude. I was
Oh my god, what are you kidding? That was like
Delighted
my
for
first
about
note.
3
Chad.
seconds there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I about 5 minutes into this movie, I just glazed over.
you just knew you were never getting this time back.
No, literally, Chad. My first note is T2, the twins' mental facility security guards.
There you go.
The highlight of the movie.
So for anyone who hasn't seen this movie, it's a. I'll try and do a synopsis here where a married couple with teenage kids who are like every other married couple with teenage kids. They kind of fucking don't get along great. Go on holidays.
And hate the kids.
They hate the kids. John Lovitz is the emperor of some podunk-ass fucking claymation planet that is going to blow up Earth because he's got a small penis. And he sees Terry Garr kind of pudgily gilfing around a pool and decides that he wants to marry her. So he abducts their
Let him
fucking
finish, man.
station wagon, and hijinks ensue that involve slimy mushroom dick things with teeth and Oompa Loompas. And it's kind of Idiocracy at that point, and then like a swimsuit supermodel swoops in and makes out with the really lispy guy from Princess Bride at the end, and that's pretty much the movie.
And the super babe she's the the leader, the guy who's Kathy Ireland's like buddy or whatever, husband is
Brother?
He's a total mimbo, man.
Yep,
He plays a perfect mimbo.
he did a good job.
So this movie gets a 2 for the cutest couple ever, which is Kathy Ireland and Wallace Shawn.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And, it pretty much lost most of its other points just because of the story and everything, but mostly John Lovitz. I don't know. He's been really funny in certain things, but I think they're like around this time, John Lovitz was just being
Not funny.
not funny and in everything.
Yeah. Kind of like Rob Schneider.
Yeah, very much like Rob Schneider.
Oh man, Rob Schneider. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but holy shit, I hated him by the end of that stint.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, not Wallace Shawn, not Jeffrey Jones, not Terry Garr, not Eric Idle, not even Cooksey could save this one.
No.
Good old Cooksey. Last movie he did. Couldn't save it.
Yeah, he probably saw this movie in the 1 week it was in theaters and then went out and shot his 13-year-old self. That's how ashamed he was of this movie, being in this movie for 40 seconds.
Totally. And for the folks at home, that is a nugget that Chad just dropped. This movie was in theaters for 1 week, I think, right?
Yeah, it made $2 million on a $14 million budget. It fucking imploded, turned into a black hole, and just like sucked the universe into it.
You got to admit, though, it's kind of impressive that it made $2 million on a $14 million budget in a 2-week theater run. So, really, by that rationale, it would have been a financial success.
Maybe
it might have been.
I mean, it might have just been. They might have just gotten the most talented trailer maker in Hollywood, and it's like they just used another movie's trailer or something. Tricked everyone into going to the theaters.
Well, it also had super cute Kathy Ireland in it, so
that's probably all it was a trailer of Kathy Ireland frolicking around on the beach
in her leathers, her skins,
in her Mad Max Fury Road outfit,
bird helmet.
Not even that good. The bird helmets were funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's just. I kind of feel like
Chad, huge pause. Yeah.
I'm not I can't justify this fucking turd burger, but I kind of feel like
I'm going to enjoy listening to you try.
Yeah, I'm going to try here. I'm going to die multiple times in this monologue.
Go.
There's like glimmers of other good movies that don't make this good at all, but like some of the set design is so bad it's bad here, whereas it was so bad it's good in some of the Monty Python and Baron Munchausen kind of movies.
Sure.
Like it worked in those movies, it does not work here. Like
agree.
The hijinks and stupidity stuff, like it works in things like Idiocracy. It does not work here. Like I think what this doesn't have going for it is it touches on a lot of things that other movies end up doing well after this came out or before this came out, but it just like fails on. It's like firing on zero fucking thrusters. It's just like spinning in space.
It's almost like in all those other movies, Chad, like the so-and-so was like, hey, remember that crappy movie Mom and Dad Saved the World? They tried to do this thing. It didn't really work in that, but if we did this, it would actually be funny.
Yeah.
And then the other so-and-so is like, yeah. And then it worked.
This movie is so bad that I found a making of video on YouTube that was the worst making of video I've ever seen. It was just like this. It was 3 minutes,
gave up?
and it was this model maker dude who just like mumbled for 3 minutes and like was like, yeah. And then we made a car and it had like robots in it and like gyros, and yeah, I can't remember the sculptor's name. Just like, bro, like what the fuck are you jibber jabber about?
Do not care.
But
Quit your jibber jabber.
I need work.
Yeah, there we go.
It just had it was one little nugget came out of that, which is the model team that did all the set design for this. This is hard to believe, but they finished all of their model work on The Abyss, and then this was the next movie that the team worked on.
Ugh, come on.
Like a legendary miniature special effects movie, and then this, it was just like, oh my God.
The Abyss was kind of like a legendary nightmare of a movie to get through.
Sure.
Like,
sure.
Just rough. So, they probably got here and they were just like sleepwalking.
Yeah. They were smoking joints out the back of the warehouse. They're like so pumped to be on an easy job.
Like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this, man.
Totally phoning it in.
Totally phoning it in.
Yeah, this is, oh man, wow. The Abyss would be better to talk about than this. Just from memory. Cold.
Just cold Abyss. No, come on. I want to do The Abyss, like for real.
No, we definitely got to do The Abyss.
I'm with you.
I don't even like bringing it up.
I got something here that's nothing related to this movie whatsoever.
Go.
Terry Garr. So Terry Garr has
awesome.
She's awesome. She has an interesting Everybody Kev's IMDb list, but one of the nuggets for her is that she did a episode of the original Star Trek series in 1966 or 1968.
What?
Where she plays a ditzy secretary, and it turns out her character was written in as a springboard for a Star Trek spin-off series starring her and somebody else, Robert Lansing.
What?
But it never came about. So, like, she was almost in her own Star Trek spin-off in the late 60s, which I thought was the craziest nugget ever.
Jesus, dude. That is a motherload nugget right there, son. Nice job.
I don't know. I just ran across that and thought it was interesting.
Very interesting. And more interesting than this movie.
Pretty much.
I will say
They won't.
that there were a couple of things that I found either humorous or redeeming in some way. I was more interested in the station wagon really than anything else in the movie. And I loved how much shit they put in it. And then watching that thing fly through space was just great.
That was pretty funny.
Like if we had I know we talked about another vehicle as the EBD mobile, but that would be a,
Well, Kev, we got a fleet. We've got air vehicles. We've got,
right.
Yeah,
various, motorcycles and trikes and
yeah, you're right.
trucks
dude.
and cars and we got
and they all,
down in Barker and Valverde. We've got some.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We got a big garage.
And we also, and Ben, they also, every single vehicle that we have, like, completely masks out, right? So, like, cars turn into jets and shit, like, like mask style.
I don't know. I'll have to check in with Cooter on that one, see if that's actually the case. I know some of them do.
That being said, complaining about anything is such an irrelevant exercise, but I love how the movie opens on them doing the slideshow from their vacation just so they can get up, go load their shit in the car, and go on their next vacation. I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Right? Or no?
No, yeah, for sure.
That was just so weird. And I mean, I did like that they had a clapper. It was very...
Did they?
90s.
Well, yeah, very 90s, and it seemed like something that people like that would have, especially like a Jeffrey Jones dad type guy. Yeah. When
I
they
didn't
got done
pick
with the
up on
slideshow, he clapped and the lights went on.
Oh, I missed that. I was too busy wishing I didn't pick this movie.
And then we get to see Cooksey, dude, for literally one scene, less than 3 minutes, with the same mullet that he had from T2.
Well, it was like, the same year, some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty sure the mullet was lesser. It wasn't.
It was
quite
a bit
as,
lesser.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't as cool.
Quite as magnificent. It wasn't
Resplendent?
quite as
Yeah.
yes, resplendent as it was in T2, but
I feel like
still there nonetheless.
this is like your disappointing kid that you just don't want to tell them that they're not your favorite or some shit, because like,
Oh my God.
Oh my god!
it's like, if this movie
It's okay, honey. I love you because you're a fuck up.
was created in a vacuum and no other movies existed, you'd be like, eh. What did you say?
Sorry, we just steamrolled you, dude.
That's all right.
He said, so it's okay, honey. I love you
okay.
because you're a fuck up.
If it was made in a vacuum, you'd just be like, yeah, whatever. But the fact that this movie came out, like, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but like within 12 months of T2, like, these people should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Like, how could you
They really
fucking
ought to.
like, this is just like so bad.
Wow.
So bad.
It is just dreadful.
Yeah. You come off of The Abyss, you get T2. Like, there's so many good movies that were coming out of this time, and this is just not even in the same universe. It's not even in a B movie universe.
I feel like the only reason it ever could have gotten made was just it's all based on the cast. Like it's like they signed everybody up for it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, all right, of course we have to make this."
It could have been fun.
And then it just wasn't.
Either that or they lied and told them it was going to be a really cool kids movie,
Maybe.
and it's not. Like Super Mario Brothers, He-Man, and Street Fighter, all of those live action movies are better than this movie.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there, man.
And yeah, and that's saying a lot, man.
Saying that this is at the bottom of that list is
That pile of shit.
That's bad. It's really bad.
I'm not even saying that all of these people, like, I know I was jokingly saying everyone that was involved in this should be ashamed of themselves. Like, obviously I don't mean that, but like, even if like, I don't know, it's kind of like you have a bad day at work and do a crappy job that day. Like the whole crew just seemed to just like, yeah, this one's a mulligan, guys. Send it to the theaters for a week and then take it behind the shed and shoot it. Because it's just, it's bad.
It's like Old Yeller. Yeah, I don't know. I got to say that, I don't know, like, it's not terribly funny, but the whole, like, ongoing ow my back
Yeah.
from Jeffrey Jones is somewhat humorous. And then I absolutely did love this. When he opens the garage, gets in the car, I was like, what is he doing? He backs the car down the driveway to get the paper, and then he pulls it back in the fucking garage. That was great. Yeah. That one thing.
That was the one thing. That was the movie.
And there's still that joke from The Gods Must Be Crazy. So
fuck you.
Yeah. You know, it's I really love Jeffrey Jones, and you know, the character was kind of a cliche, and you know, like you said, it's the ow my back thing. But it was kind of funny when he was hooked up to the brain mind reading machine, and it's like the ticker tape is coming out with like all of his like, you know, just mundane, boring fucking thoughts.
Totally.
Stream of consciousness. Ow my back, ow my back, ow my back. I want to punch Spango in the face. And Wallace Shawn just reading it and getting really into it and upset. Oh, it was good.
And see, now that's another example. This is a great example of, you know, another movie got a great idea from that, because this is clearly where the inspiration for the Quasi-Deads came from Chronicles of Riddick. Obviously, they executed it way better in Chronicles of Riddick than this movie.
So Wallace Shawn is the original Quasi-Dead. I love it.
Yeah, there you go. Inconceivable.
Dude, just to go back to that scene at the end.
Inconceivable.
Wow, nice.
Just to go back to that scene where Wallace Shawn and Kathy Ireland hook up, like, you could just see how unhappy she was being told that she needed to make out with Wallace Shawn. It was just like, she was so just like, okay.
I don't know. I kind of thought she was kind of into it. No?
It was the same as when John Lovitz had to like lick Terry Gar's face. Like it was just gross.
Oh man, they had a very, very weird kiss at one point with like just tongue happenings that were very uncomfortable.
No.
I mean, Lovitz had like there's a couple of, there's some funny little bits that he did, like his weird sort of chef / he had like these clothes at one point towards the beginning. It was like half chef wear, half pajamas. Like that's what he was wearing. It was mind-boggling. It was so bizarre. But yeah, the chef jammies were sort of kind of funny, and his various hairstyles were just super weird.
I'd rock those pajamas, dude.
I'm not saying I wouldn't rock them. I'm just they were weird.
Not as weird as the fish and bulldog species.
Dude, what the fuck was that all about,
I don't know.
Seriously, dude. The bulldog, like, were those, like, firstly, I'm so glad they weren't actual bulldogs. Like, that they were going to have, like, kind of pretend to talk, because that would have made me want to start cutting myself.
Like bulldogs that they fed peanut butter.
Yeah.
Bulldogs in fancy clothes.
Mm.
Trying to get peanut butter out of their mouths.
Yeah, exactly. It's making me think about the dude explaining the Ronin and the Seppuku to Robert De Niro in Ronin. Like, it's like I see those dogs and all I can picture in my head is that bearded dude saying, "Are you familiar with the 47 Ronin? They all committed seppuku." Like you're going to do right now when you watch these dogs. Ugh, good Lord, dude. The fish, my God. I just don't get it. I don't understand how in the scope of any terrible movie, those fish people were, I can't even wrap my head around it. Like, why did they have dogs and fish? Like, creatures.
Why did they understand English?
I feel like I'm going to cry.
You're really working on
How
this.
did
I
a
like
magnet pull a specific car off the planet Earth? And, how did they survive the trip?
Yes, with the windows up.
Yeah, now that you put it like
Yeah,
that, Benny, there's
that's how.
1 or 2 holes in this one.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, just a couple.
So what else is going on?
I don't know. I just
Hard sci-fi. This is not.
No. Hard to watch sci-fi.
I think part of what my point has been is like, yes, I understand what you're saying, and in the scope of all of that, I still can't see where these creatures fit in, like the little
bulldog
the
man
penis
guards.
Creatures. What'd you
These
say?
little bulldog man guards. And
I know, and they kind of were like
little goldfish lady.
Didn't they kind of
courtesans or whatever?
Well, didn't the bulldogs remind you of the Gomorian guards?
A little bit.
In Star Wars, there's a death.
You just committed suicide. I know you did.
You're damn right I did, for this movie too, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, I think we all probably stepped on a landmine when we decided to cover this. But
Agreed to watch, yes.
I have a very distinct memory about the little mushroom guys, and that was as much of this movie as I saw the previous time I had attempted to watch it. I couldn't remember whether I had seen it or not. And when Jeffrey Jones falls down into the thingy and sees the little mushroom dude, and it's like, oh, what a cute little guy. And then like it opens his mouth and it has like 18 sets of teeth or whatever. I was like, oh yeah, I remember stopping watching this movie at this point.
I remember pausing this and being like, no.
I remember not coming back to it ever again.
Yeah, and you know what? I want to just digress for a second, because I feel like there was a period of time in like the mid 80s to the mid 90s where there were just a lot of these creatures they came up with in these various horror movies and sci-fi movies and comedy movies like this. Like there was a lot of like bitey like they were all very bitey with like horrible mouths with like either multiple rows of teeth or huge mouths or all mouth, like with terrible, you know what I mean? Like I felt like that was like a thing for a while. Am I just?
No, that was a thing.
Do you guys remember the Smurfs episode where I don't know, like what I don't remember what the deal was, but like they would get they would get
Infected.
I don't know if it was like a Gargamel plant or whatever, but like, they were infected and like one would bite another's tail and they were like going around like, GNAP! It's like Smurf rabies.
Is this like a real
shit?
Smurfs episode?
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I love how deep down in the bag of lore you are reaching, bro.
Oh yeah,
You're pulling up some
deep,
amazing fuzzy
of
nuggets.
Cute little bitey things. Yeah.
Well, I didn't look. I have no problem admitting I watched every episode of the Smurfs.
Oh, same.
I
Whatever.
watched it all the time. So I don't. But I don't remember that though. But I know what you mean.
I just have no memory of it. I love that you remember. That's great.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They turned purple too.
There you
that.
go. Yeah, that's. I think that was part of the premise in the stupid movie because we just watched the stupid live action movie twice because my kids.
Ugh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Is it bad that we're talking about the Smurfs, or is it worse that I'm enjoying talking about the Smurfs more than
I
talking
don't
about
know.
There were weird bitey mushrooms in this movie, and the Smurfs lived in mushrooms, so it's totally related.
Yeah, totally plausible.
Yeah, it is.
GNAP!
Before, when you were saying that you turn the movie off at this mushroom scene, I just pictured you like pulling the VHS out of your VCR and driving down to the video store and just like throwing it at them. Back in the old video store days.
I think it was on HBO, just like it was this time.
Dude, this was such an HBO fodder right here.
It really was an HBO movie, yeah. Well, it was produced by HBO, which is clearly before they started making good movies.
Everybody's got to start somewhere,
I guess.
That's about all I got to say about that.
Pretty much.
Oh, shit. This episode's going to be one long. What do you guys want to talk about?
Wow, dude, Kev, have you been taking lessons from like Kenny G or something? With the circular breathing fucking apparatus.
You're
going
going
on there?
didgeridoo for a second there, bro.
It's an ancient martial technique I learned in the Orient.
This is ancient martial technique I learned from my neighbor Marshall in 1987.
I was actually trying to go kind of like prestige, old school magic.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
You know how he's always like, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to show you is real. I can assure you, known to certain mystics of the Orient. It's always like that kind of thing.
Yeah, man.
Where they sold the trick. It was great.
And then my cocaine gives him shit after the performance.
My cocaine. Dude, somebody just sent me that the other day.
Really?
Yeah, my buddy that found the walking stick and named it my cocaine.
My cocaine.
My cocaine.
I love Michael Caine, man. We're going to lose him soon, and I just love him. He's a good dude. The best Alfred there ever was.
He was.
He wasn't supposed to blow the bloody doors off. But he did.
Bloody, bloody doors.
Did you watch Loki yet?
No. I did watch the Captain Carter episode of What If. And
I don't even know what that is.
Well, What If is a series of comics by Marvel. It's like, well, what if Peggy had taken the super soldier serum? And so that's what the premise of this one was. There's only like 3 episodes.
Is it a show?
No, it's an animated show, actually. And it's pretty damn good, dude.
It's on Disney Plus, so it's like the next Marvel thing they're doing.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So they did this other one was like, what if
C-Lab had picked a different movie?
Yeah, it was what if C-Lab picked a different movie? It was what if T'Challa became one of the Nova Corps or whatever. Something like that. But the Captain Carter one was very cool. And I really dug it. And just the animation and the action was just great.
What if Nick Fury never put on the eye patch?
He sort of gross people out with his weepy eye.
What if Tony Stark never cleaned the inside of the Iron Man suit?
Ew.
Kind of trying to riff off of what Jarhigo was saying.
Schmegma suit. So what else can we talk about that's not this movie?
Let's talk about the brass bonanza. Bum, 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 bum.
Let's talk about the brass bonanza.
Yeah, dude, it's so good, man.
Should the day ever come when we do a live show, I think we should come out to the brass bonanza.
I'm down.
Fuck yes, great idea.
Like the brass bonanza should come on, and then we should each come out.
Totally. I want to skate out. You guys can walk. I'll skate.
Dude, you have to skate out.
Like I was just like trying to do like ice skates on like wood.
Nah, man, you got to rollerblade out like Airborne.
Oh, totally, dude. What? Oh, shit.
But Chad clearly has to come out on a Segway.
Oh, all right, yeah, in my, what did I say it was? Winnie the Pooh onesie or some shit?
Something like that, yeah. Such terrific frivolity. So,
Yes.
what we got?
Oh.
Anything more?
I feel like I had something and now I don't care.
Did you guys see the new Spider-Man trailer?
No.
No, I saw people were talking about it, but I didn't bother watching it. Is it any good?
Nah, it's the Spider-Man trailer, but
Then who cares? I don't want to talk about that.
it's kind of interesting. Fair enough.
You're like, it's okay.
I mean, it's got Doc Ock from Spidey 2 in it, and
I heard that. What's up with that?
I don't know.
They-
It's like
they
I
wasted
think
that?
it's like I think they clearly saw how good Into the Spider-Verse was, and they're like, well, let's just do that live action, have a whole bunch of other people come in from the old movies, which like, fuck, it could be good or it could be a complete pile of shit.
You mean like, is it like Alfred Molina? Sorry, Ben.
Yes, it is Alfred Molina. Yeah.
But like Alfred Molina now, like reprising the role or like
Yeah.
archival footage?
I think they CG'd him. Like
Oh, what? Like
anti-aged
Peter-
him or whatever.
Peter
like
Cushing
that.
or whatever.
No, I think like fucking De Niro in that new 47-hour movie that he came out, The Irishman. That was like the biggest pile of shit I've seen in a long time. I'd rather watch Mom and Dad Save the World 4 times in a row.
Wow, that's saying a lot, dude. You know what'll wash the taste of that out of your mouth is go watch The Departed.
The Departed. Nah, dude, I watched The Irishman. It literally took me like 5 months to watch it. Like I watched like an hour and I was like, this is boring. And then I'd like watch another half an hour like a month later. And eventually I got to the end and I was like, okay, Jimmy Hoffa's dead. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in any hurry to watch that.
Don't. But they de-aged De
Nor
Niro in
I.
that, and I reckon that's probably what they did with Molina.
Yes, yeah, they
all
de-aged Molina. Although I don't know if this is going to be a Spider-Verse thing. Like, there's a lot of rumors flying around about this, a lot of speculation, and who knows? You have to see it.
I haven't been really into these latest ones. I like Tom Holland a lot, but
I like Tom Holland. I like that Spider-Man has like mechanical web slingers and not like some weird
wrist jizz.
Yeah. Venture Brothers did it best. Their version of Spider-Man is what the hell was he? Like the Brown Recluse, or the
Recluse?
Brown Recluse, maybe, or no, it wasn't the Brown Recluse. It was the Brown Widow, and he literally had like a second butthole above his butthole that shot out web, like a spider would, like with a little cutout in his uniform.
That's amazing.
That's yeah, but that's just gross. So I don't want the web to come out of his body.
That's totally fair, man.
It's just gross.
Are you watching the new trailer, Kev, or are you just disgusted by our secondary cloaca holes that shoot web slinging stuff?
Dude, I'm glad I did not hear all that, but
Wow,
I'm watching the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. I can't figure out what is going on with this. Is this some bullshit somebody made, or is this for real? Is Doctor Strange in this?
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? I'd like to see a Spider-Man movie where, it's not like high school Peter Parker. It's like grown-up Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Because that happens, like I guess they kind of did that with the original series. Like they got into like adult Peter Parker, but they also tried to cram like 9 villains and a dance number into that movie. So
they should get Tobey Maguire back and do a new, older Peter Parker.
Yeah, I think that. I always liked Spider-Man a lot. So
I liked old Peter Parker in Spiderverse, man.
It's. I hate to see it rebooted as much as Batman has been, but you know,
dude, Batman has been rebooted so many times. I am kind of interested to check out the Pattinson one, though.
At least Michael Keaton's coming back.
Yeah, that's interesting. How's that going to work?
I don't know, but I'm psyched.
Yeah, fair enough. I liked him as the villain in the recent Tom Holland Spidey one. Who was he, the Vulture or some shit?
Yeah,
he was good.
He was good. Excellent as always, Mr. Keaton.
What was that movie recently he was in that was all like one take that everyone jerked off about? It was terrible.
Was it the Birdman one or whatever?
Yeah, Birdman. Fuck, that movie sucked. Maybe I was just in a bad headspace, but I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I don't. I know I watched it. I don't really remember it.
I don't know, man. I don't know about this.
Love that you just
noped out.
Like we've been waiting for
4
your
minutes.
opinion with bated breath. We've moved on, dude.
We were just sitting here not caring about what you're going to say. Okay. All right. I won't say anything.
No, you can say whatever you want.
I'm going to watch the trailer now.
Do it. See you in 6 minutes. Wait a minute. Is that Doctor Strange? Yep. I'm a total cumber bitch.
It would be I love him too, man. But I just saw there's like a Fauci video below the trailer, and then I thought, what if Fauci was Doc Ock?
Dude, that'd be sick.
Everybody needs to wear a mask.
He's got 8 masks in his hands at all times. Just slaps them on people's faces. I love it. Maybe he just kills people by putting so many masks on them. They've got like 15 masks and they can't breathe or see.
Now
Now
you're wearing 20 masks.
Get hit by a bus
Don't
while trying to cross the street. I love it.
Oh my God, that's great.
I watched the new trailer with Ethan and he was pretty into it, so maybe that was into it too. I just have been so disappointed with the other two. They're just kind of meh. That like we did
Homecoming and Far From Home.
Spiderverse and Far From Home. Remember that? It was just like, yeah, Far From Home just came out. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, Spiderverse.
Oh, you're right, dude. That is true. So, and I don't.
All right.
I don't know. The first one, Homecoming, was good.
It was all right.
I feel like there's. I don't know. Like I feel like the Iron Man inclusion, like these other characters, maybe kind of prop these movies up. Like they're not that good. I don't know. Like.
Nick Fury certainly propped up Captain Marvel.
No doubt. You know what I mean by that, though?
I definitely do. Yeah. Having Happy in there, Favs in
yeah, now we got Wong and fucking Stephen Strange and,
I like there's crossovers, but you make a good point. I definitely think you're onto something there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I like...
the original Spider-Man were very standalone,
Yes, and I do like crossovers, no doubt. But like as we saw in Spider-Man 3, like it's like, dude, too many crossovers, like too many villains, too many everything. But in these, I think it's more of a propping up. I mean, even like poor Andrew Garfield, he really got the shit end of the stick.
They were pretty shitty movies, though. I mean, I like Andrew Garfield.
They were, but they weren't terrible. I mean, he was pretty good. I mean, he had the same like young look, which was cool to go in that direction because Parker's like a kid, really.
Maybe they just weren't different. Like they were rebooting Maguire with the same style, and it was the same basic formula.
Wait, rebooting Maguire? You mean Jerry Maguire was Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Show me the money!
Totally, dude. Okay, I'm not gonna do what everybody thinks I'm gonna do.
New Marvel's What If?
Jerry Maguire.
Totally.
Jerry Maguire as Spider-Man.
I want to see like a 60-something-year-old Tom Cruise playing Peter Parker. I think that would be really good.
I said adult Peter Parker, not like geriatric Peter
Well, I
Parker.
kind of want a geriatric Peter Parker. I mean, fuck, man, he'd do his own stunts. Like that I would actually like to see that.
I would see that.
It would be awesome. I know it would.
It would be so good. It would just be a movie of Tom Cruise in Peter Parker, in like Spider-Man outfit, jumping out of hell. But he would never put the mask on because he wouldn't let his face be covered. So it'd just be like,
God, no.
It'd be
No
like
way.
a Spider-Man turtleneck, and he'd just be jumping out of helicopters and riding motorcycles.
Definitely, dude. Flipping around. And then in so like what's happening now is we're creating our own Spider-Verse because we hate it all. Right?
Yeah, fair enough.
As I said, I don't know if Ben heard that bit or not, but Fauci would be Doc Ock.
Definitely Fauci. I think that'd be hilarious.
I think it would be great, dude, with syringe things at the end of his octopus
What
arms.
are you talking about?
Well, you were watching something and we went off on a
when
bit
you were
of a
watching the
tangent.
trailer, I told Chad, I said, underneath my trailer, there's a thumbnail with Fauci arguing with somebody. And I was like, what if Fauci was Doc Ock, dude?
Just like slinging masks around. We had a good riff
you're
on
not
that.
wearing enough masks.
We had a good riff on that. Yeah, old Tom Cruise Spider-Man. I am so like we need to cast this movie out. Who else is in this movie?
I don't know, dude.
Dude, if Tom Cruise did this, he would make them invent a way for him to actually web sling.
He would too. Hey,
live action. It's probably how he would actually die. Tom Cruise finally died doing his own stunts, but it was magnificent. On the final day of filming of, Spider-Man
Show Me the Money.
Pushing 60.
It's Spider-Man Show Me the Money, isn't it?
Spider-Man Show Me the Money, right, yeah.
He would convince them to let him swing from like steel cables between buildings.
Definitely. And that is how Tom Cruise should go out, like doing some crazy stunts when he's like 70.
Mm-hmm.
He won't even make it that far.
Did you guys send me that, what's the newspaper guy's name from Spider-Man?
J. Jonah Jameson?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jameson?
The original J. Jonah Jameson dude. Somebody sent me a photo, or sent us a photo, I think, for Everybody Dies, of him like fucking jacked. Did you guys see that?
Everybody died. No, I did not see that.
Hey, let me see if I can find it.
Like J.K. Simmons?
J.K.
Like, what?
Simmons is fucking ripped, dude. It's so cool. It's so funny and amazing. And now I want J.K. Simmons to be like the bad guy against Spider-Man. Like an angry newspaper dude takes on Tom Cruise. Like I'd watch the shit out of that.
What if J. Jonah Jameson got bit by the radioactive spider instead of Peter Parker?
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I could totally see that.
Sure. I got a third of the way through this trailer and decided to stop it because I don't want to know what the whole movie's about before I watch it.
Fair enough.
What,
Is
Spider-Man?
that fair? The trailer was, I don't know, very detailed.
Yeah.
Too detailed.
Dude, this is coming your way via WhatsApp. Like, legit. It's impressive.
Wait, this is J.K. Simmons, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Whoa, what's up with that, dude?
Dude, he's fucking jacked.
He looks like Thor from Kung Fury, man.
All I want to know is how did his arms get that big from those tiny little weights he's holding?
Yeah, what's up with that, dude?
Oh, no, bro.
How many reps you got to do to fucking
6,000.
bulk
6,000.
up like that with those tiny little...
But you can
6,000.
see, I'll make that the chapter art for this episode that we're not releasing to the public because it's so fucking retarded.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Everybody will be fine listening to this.
I'll make it the chapter art so you can see just how ripped he is, dude. Imagine him fighting Tom Cruise in a Spider-Man turtleneck. I'm on board.
Spider-Man turtleneck.
It's got to be a turtleneck, but he's got to have like sunglasses that look like the Spider-Man.
Oh,
yes.
Definitely.
Totally.
That blinking shit when he's,
Oh, that's
Did
good.
blink every time he smiles.
that blink and narrow appropriately with his facial expression.
Or it could just be like a Spider-Man mask gimp suit combo where like just his mouth is exposed so he can do his little smile. kind of like a Batman, Spider-Man
see
hybrid.
see the punch me in the face Tom Cruise smile.
Yes, exactly.
We're on to something.
I love it, man. I totally. I think our listeners and us would love to see Spider-Man Show Me the Money.
God, I'm so glad I brought that up, man. Jerry Maguire is Spider-Man.
Fuck.
Oh my God. What's the plot of this movie?
I don't even care.
Mm.
Oh wait, our movie?
Our movie.
I care a great deal about.
No, of
Spider-Man
Show Me the Money. What's the plot?
Spider-Man Show Me the Money.
Jerry Maguire, X amount of years later.
Yep.
You know, how does he get the powers?
Well, I mean, you know, you could sort of shoehorn all those Spider-Man characters into the Jerry Maguire scenario and just come up with all kinds of weird shit. Like, you know, he shows up at MJ's house and he's like 50 and she's like 19. She makes him a sandwich and puts her kid to bed. Their parents are there and it's super awkward. I don't know. And he's got just the shades on with a leather jacket and they blink every time he smiles. I don't know, dude. Help.
Just the Spider-Man shades?
Yeah, because he's like off duty, right? So he rolls up like he does, or not a leather jacket, a blazer. A blazer and a white t-shirt and then those Spider-Man sunglasses. No?
Nah, I don't know about that, bro. But I like it. I like how committed you were to it.
Good.
Very committed, dude.
So would J.K. Simmons be like like a rival agent, or you know, like maybe like the owner of the owner of the Hartford Whalers or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing like a Last Boy Scout mashup here a bit, you know.
Ooh, that's an interesting angle.
He's like a detective-y Spider-Man or something, or like a hard-boiled agent. Yeah, maybe that's it. He's not a detective. He's just a hard-boiled agent.
Yeah, well, yeah. So Jerry Maguire was an agent, right? So yeah, he's got to be.
And he gets hit by a radioactive football or something. I don't know.
He gets bit by a radioactive basketball.
And then randomly turns into his Spider-Man turtleneck dude, because that makes sense.
And he web slings around New York screaming, "Show me the money."
Can we please? Yeah, he just screams it at the top of his lungs. What's going on? Can we please cast Kate Capshaw as either MJ or Gwen? Maybe I think Kate Capshaw would do a good Spider-Gwen.
Wait,
I don't know what Kev's watching now, but Ben, you and I can just keep going.
I'm not watching anything. Spider-Gwen, what?
Totally paying attention.
Thank you for proving our point for us. Holy shit! I mean, maybe a Aunt May at this point.
Who? Kate Capshaw?
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Cruise is Spider-Man, dude. It's not exactly a teen movie.
I was gonna say like Kate Capshaw is Aunt May. Are you kidding, dude? It's like Kate Capshaw would be Aunt May's aunt.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, fuck, Aunt May is Miss Marissa Tomei now, so fuck.
I don't know, man. I think Kate Capshaw as Gwen Stacy and Kim Cattrall as Mary Jane with Tom Cruise as Spider-Man. This is like geriatric Spider-Man. I'm totally on board with this fucking thing, man. Can Kurt Russell be a bad guy in this movie?
Sure, why not?
Can Snake Plissken be a bad guy in this movie? Tom Cruise, turtleneck Spider-Man versus Snake Plissken and
Show me the money.
Jack J. Jonah Jameson.
Jerry Maguire versus. I can't even get it out. Holy shit!
You ready to move on, Kev? You sound like you're ready to move on.
I don't know. To what? I'm getting upset, but just looking at thumbnails on YouTube.
You going down a YouTube
What?
rabbit hole while on the air?
I'm trying not to do that. And like I watched the trailer for the Spider-Man thing, and then I'm just like, I see these thumbnails, and I just get upset.
Close the tab, bro.
I can't. That's the paradox.
We're having a delightful time workshopping our movie over here.
Stop! Stop letting them manipulate you with their algorithm, dude. I mean,
Yeah. You've already got one algorithm in your life. You don't need another one.
You're the only algorithm I need in my life.
You're the only algorithm for me.
they're grinding the organ and you're fucking dancing, dude. You know,
With your silly monkey hat.
stop dancing.
Spider-Man, show me the money. I am so on board that one.
Okay, I don't know that we've put together any of the most productive ideas for what this movie should be, but
No.
I think it should be. I love it so much now that I really
loves
want
it.
I want it to really be a thing.
Yeah.
I just can't stop thinking about Tom Cruise in the Spider-Man outfit, sans the face mask, but with the Spider-Man glass. I just can't stop picturing him in the Spider-Man suit, smiling with Spider-Man glasses on. I can't. It's too funny.
Are they Spider-Man glasses or are they like Spider-Man maxi pad kind of lens things that are stuck to your face without the things that go over your ear?
No, they gotta be shades.
They're
have
like
to be-
Morpheus sunglasses. They just pinch onto the nose somehow.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
What I mean? Yeah.
Dude, Morpheus glasses are so dumb.
I don't know about that. I think that they could just be regular ones too. I think the key thing is that they blink when he blinks.
Yes.
And like just the whole thing of like that's so Tom Cruise because he doesn't want his face covered up. You know, like
Yeah.
that element alone supports that entire quadrant of the film.
But it's the classic Clark Kent thing. So it's like it's taking the Clark Kent thing where it's Tom Cruise as Peter Parker who
Right.
just puts on a really weird pair of animatronic sunglasses and then nobody recognizes him in his turtleneck.
There you go.
Totally makes sense.
Or that.
And his battle cry.
Show me
Which
the
is
money.
what? Show me the money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Snake Plissken in the future, he is. He's like, this came from New York. It's like, it's 1992 and New York is underwater. We could totally have it in that universe. It's like a retro futuristic kind of Spider-Man movie.
It's like Snake Plissken was like actually schizophrenic the entire time. And all of it was imaginary.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually just like normal present day New York City, but he thinks it's like a wasteland. And he's just going around wasting people like, left and right. Like,
And he's hanging out at all the chock full of nuts around town, and Turtleneck Spider-Man's got to go sort him out.
to go sort. He does.
Yeah.
Jesus, I love this so much.
And what's his name? The dude, Cabby. Snake! Yeah, you know, it's been a long time, Snake.
Yes, Ernest Borgnine.
Ernest Borgnine, isn't it?
Well, it's going to have to be CG Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, that's fine.
He's not with us anymore, I don't think. But
We could Weekend at Bernie's it.
What, get Borgnine and like drag him around with like string and shit?
We'll have plenty of spiderweb stuff.
we got permission from the Borgnine family to dig him up.
Borgnine estate.
He doesn't look great. You get a little bit of makeup on him, he'll be fine.
We've got a Henson puppeteer, a team of Henson puppeteers with servos and fucking remote control.
Sticking their hand up him. Oh, that's gross.
Giving a very lifelike performance. Oh my god.
I like this, man. Did you go get a snack, Kev? Are we done today?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
What-
no, I'm not
you guys
eating.
want
No, I'm not eating
to?
at
That
all.
was so funny when you did that a couple weeks ago.
What's that guy? No, I'm not eating.
Do you guys want to wrap up Mom and Dad Save the World?
Yeah, man. There's no nuggets. I died when I picked this movie.
We all did, and the movie itself died.
You had a Star Wars death.
I wrote this movie DOA underneath my Star Wars death.
Star Wars. It was more like a Star Wars seppuku.
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
Ew. And I rated it in my high level. It's a 0.6. It is 1/10 of a point above 2014 Ninja Turtles, which is an abomination on the universe.
I think, okay, I no nuggets, don't care, blah, blah, blah. I think that, yeah, I'm going to give it a 1, and that's because I like the newspaper thing with the car that they ripped off from another movie. And I just, and the wagon was awesome. That's it.
This movie sucked, but there was a car that I liked.
Love that station wagon.
I love it.
It had a car I liked.
That's great. That's great.
That's great, Kev. Okay. Benny.
Yeah, I'll give it the highest rating, or well, I don't know. It's probably relative to Jed's rating, really, but I'll give it a 2, mostly because of Kathy Ireland. No,
Definitely.
I don't know, man. It was very meh. I didn't actively like despise it. Like it wasn't like hurting to watch it. Like it wasn't like there wasn't something that was like, oh, I fucking hate this. It was just like, but it was just so unremarkable that I just don't have much to say about it. It's just not
whatever. Yeah,
it was like taking a nap. It's
yeah,
like the equivalent of taking a nap.
You would have rather taken a nap?
Well, I would have been more rested afterwards. Yeah, but I don't know. It was kind of like the same thing. I just sort of glazed over and like came to at the end.
Yeah, I literally fell asleep watching this last night, and then I woke up and I was like, "What happened, man? Did I finish it? Did I not finish it? Well, I probably shouldn't go back and watch the last bit because then I'd be watching it twice if I watched it."
I definitely remember the whole thing. It's just
that you're sorry you remember the whole thing.
No, it's not even. It's like it's kind of uneventful. It doesn't really.
It is.
It doesn't really matter. Like nothing that happened mattered really at all.
You do not matter.
I guess mom and dad are getting along better at the end of it. That's like the takeaway.
And they bang on a roof. I don't know how you would shag your wife on a architectural shingled roof. It'd probably be a bit of a technical issue.
Very uncomfortably.
Well, and then you got his back and her fanny pack, and that complicates things. So, yeah.
That's true.
Didn't last very long.
Does it ever, Benny?
Sometimes it does.
Wow.
That was weird.
That was weird.
So can we go back to talking about Spider-Man?
Oh, my God. Nice. I'm going to go take a smoke break while you guys do that, and then I'll come back.
I love how not interested in this movie you are.
Even though I was the genesis of the entire idea.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I think we've exhausted it.
Yeah.
If any of it actually makes it into the final reel, then, I guess all I could say is our listeners can help us, kickstart this movie.
Totally.
This was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not sorry at all. I'm ashamed.
Nor should you be.
I'm ashamed. You're welcome.
No, it would be against EBD dogma for you to apologize for picking this. Really.
Fair enough.
Because we've had some just dreadful movies in our lineup. What is happening next week? Something better, perhaps?
Yeah, the new Suicide Squad.
Ooh, there you go. Wow, that's a good movie, so that should be fun.
A little more relevant, probably, too.
Quite a bit.
Than a forgotten 90s bomb.
Yeah, quite a bit. Well, there you have it, folks. The very excellent Mom and Dad Save the World.
Very excellent.
If you made it through this one, stay tuned next week for... Is it just Suicide Squad or The Suicide Squad?
I don't know. If you made it through this one, sorry. And we'll do better next time.
And You're Welcome and Suicide Squad. Get ready for that because it's awesome. Me and Ben already watched it.
Word.
That's it, folks. We love you. Good night.
123.
I got 131.
Bacardi 151.
There you go.
Man, that was...
And that's going to wrap up
some rough nights with that stuff. Whew.
Oof, baby, I'll tell you what.
What you do is you take some Bacardi 151 and you pour it onto the muddled big white mint.
Ooh.
A little bit of powdered sugar.
I reckon Sam Elliott should be in the movie too.
Totally.
I
And
think
Brimley. All the
Sam
EBD
Elliott's
favorites.
mustache should be in the movie.
Yeah,
Yes,
on
just his
Tom
stash.
Cruise.
Just a detached mustache.
It's like Venom. You know how Venom's a
Which
symbiote?
character.
Sam Elliott's mustache
Yeah.
just like goes around.
Yeah.
Attaching
No, that's an
people's
interesting
faces.
idea.
It's like, hey, dude, I'm Sam Elliott's mustache.
But when the symbiote lands, you know how the symbiote, when it lands on you, like, you know, it turns into like a spider suit or whatever, and it somewhat takes on your personality. When the mustache lands on you, it just turns you into Sam Elliott.
That's
Tom
death.
Cruise.
Turns you into Sam Elliott. Maybe it just turns you into Sam Elliott's sweet hairdo from Roadhouse that he just like has to scrunch you up all the time.
Totally. Scrunchy up. And that's going to wrap up this week's episode, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for this absolute disaster of a movie and disaster of an episode. If you'd like to support us, you can do so in a number of wonderful ways. You can tell a friend to check out the show. That's always helpful. You can rate us and review us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also support us on Patreon. That's right. Patreon.com/EBD podcast. Get to it. Find the show notes for this episode in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/123. As always, follow us on social, folks. We're everywhere, using the handle @EBD Podcast. So come find us and join in on the conversation. Once again, thanks for sticking with us for Mom and Dad Save the World, or as I like to call this awesome movie, MDSTW. Stay tuned next week, folks, for Suicide Squad. I'm Mulvey, saying later.
Prophecy Lab, 2 for Troy Eagle, 3 for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady.
Hey, Capshaw!
into it.